Two. And the secondary container now is the biosafety cabinet.
But just 5 years after that, there were two more outbreaks, this time inside the island's biocontainment units.
We have learned from those lessons, so there is a lot of procedures. It's like an onion where you have layer over layer of safety procedures.
The Department of Agriculture says Michael Carroll hasn't been on the island in a decade.
One might argue you're not current. You don't know exactly what the changes are. Do you reject the idea that it could have gotten much better?
I do, because I think there have been a bunch of what I would call facade improvements, but in reality, I think it's the same place it always has been.
The very history of Plum Island, a post-World War II Army biological weapons lab, the decades of secrecy, and today's tight security all seem to conspire to feed the rumors about what really goes on here. The less that was known, the more people invented. Stories like that of the Montauk Monster, a creature spawned in the lab that escaped into the sea. Rumors about alien experiments. But the most pervasive story is the one about Lyme disease. Carroll, a lawyer who admits he has no background in science, contends in his book that it, quote, appears to be an inescapable truth, unquote, that Lyme disease was fostered on Plum Island and spread. Marvin Grudman, who's been a microbiologist on the island for decades, says it's not true.
There's no scientific basis for suggesting that Lyme disease originated on Plum Island. In fact, scientific evidence indicates it did not.
Lyme disease experts agree.
Sterling Fish, who's the Lyme expert at Yale, has looked at your conclusions and said he should stop making these things up. It just scares people.
They were researching hundreds and thousands of hard and soft ticks, and at the same time, an unknown bacteria has found its way into the mouth of the Connecticut River in Old Lyme, 10 miles away, where tens of thousands of birds fly.
In fact, a person can only get Lyme disease when a black-legged tick infected with a very distinct bacterium attaches to the body and passes it on. Researchers insist that neither the black-legged tick nor the Lyme disease bacterium were ever even at the Plum Island facility. There is, however, no controversy about this. Plum Island is in serious need of improvements.
Here is a research facility that was built 55 years ago, and it needs upgrading, of course, to meet modern capabilities.
It's an old building, and it's any old house, as we all know. It takes more resources to keep them up, but it is safe and is functional.
The U.S. government plans to move operations off Plum Island to Manhattan, New York City, Manhattan, Kansas, cattle country. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime too soon.
It will probably be 8 to 10 years until it is functional. So we have to be able to maintain capabilities that we have here.
The move to Kansas was cut from the federal budget this year, and opponents say if foot and mouth disease escapes the lab there, it could do the most damage the fastest. But that objection has not stopped the plan. USDA scientists credit research on Plum Island for preventing famine by stopping outbreaks of animal disease in developing nations overseas and kept those diseases from coming here.
The idea of swapping capsids.
Researchers Marvin Grudman and Luis Rodriguez say they understand people like a good mystery, but they say what really goes on Plum Island is a better story.
We're one of the best kept secrets for scientific research in animal health in the U.S. We're very well known internationally. If you ask any veterinarian anywhere in the world, they all know about Plum Island. For a scientist, it's really hard to take sometimes. The people, when they talk about Plum Island, the first thing they talk about a monster or something like that. I think our good science speaks for itself, and hopefully people will see that.
There were a lot of magazines that would have paid a lot of money to know what you knew.
Yes. A Hollywood tell-all. All your life you've been trading up. You exchanged the third floor walk-up for the house you had your butt set on. So now that you're comfortably situated in life, let's talk about your car.
For a limited time, during the Lincoln Exchange sale, trade up to a luxurious Lincoln MKX with intuitive technology that responds to your voice and touch. Now, lease a 2012 Lincoln MKX for $419 a month, including a $1,000 exchange bonus. Only at your Lincoln.
That's pretty cool.
Wake up to a new choice in long wear. New Super Stay 14-hour lipstick from Maybelline, New York. The Super Weightless 14-hour color.
Ready for kill. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bomb off!
So what are your plans for today?
I wouldn't mind taking them out and practice pitching.
This morning?
Just for now. I don't want to get them tired for practice.
When does Alex come back?
Monday.
Oh, wow. I wonder who's going to watch him. Did he
Well,
say?
I told him I said Nadino, but I didn't know you were doing the
I mean, I can.
VBS was starting this week, so.
What did he say? Like when you said we'll take him.
Absolutely non-committal. You know?
Oh, really?
It's nothing. He just literally does not. He wants to absorb it all.
They're gonna blow up the oil tank!
What's that mean?
Run for your
You are
life!
so fantastic. You are the greatest coach. You are so talented. You know everything. Oh my God. Blah, 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 blah.
He's gonna blow the oil tank! Patch it up!
Croissants. Here's a nice little Hollywood controversial.
Ready for launch, Captain.
And you don't want to give the wrong impression. You might ask them to step out of the room for the next few minutes.
Isn't this a nice place here? Would you like some of this too? There you are. A nice glass of champagne. You're welcome.
Inside party in Los Angeles.
What would you
Conversation.
I had a party last night.
Wait, there's a
His name.
No, sniper!
For half a century, he had another occupation, which made him intimately acquainted with some of Hollywood's best veterans.
Did you have a little black book?
No, you take it all in your head.
Say that